This is one of the strangest, darkest events in the history of the Catholic Church. In the year 897, a pope was put on trial in Rome. He was questioned, judged, and found guilty. There was just one problem. The man on trial had been dead for months. His name was Pope Formosus, and he had died peacefully. But his successor, a man named Pope Stephen VI, hated him with a burning, irrational rage. And Stephen decided that death was not going to protect Formosus from punishment. So he gave an order that horrified everyone who heard it. He commanded that the body of Formosus be dug up out of its grave. The rotting corpse was pulled from the ground, dressed in the full robes of a pope, and propped up on a throne inside a Roman church. This grim spectacle became known as the Cadaver Synod, a trial for a dead man. Stephen stood before the corpse and screamed accusations at it. He charged Formosus with crimes against the church and demanded answers. And because a dead body obviously cannot defend itself, Stephen appointed a terrified young deacon to crouch behind the corpse and speak for it, pretending to be the voice of the dead pope. Imagine that scene, a furious pope shouting questions, a decomposing body slumped on a throne, and a trembling boy whispering replies from the shadows. The verdict was never in doubt. Formosus was found guilty of everything. As punishment, all of his official acts were declared invalid. The 3 fingers on his right hand, the ones he had used to give blessings, were cut off, and his body was dragged through the streets of Rome and thrown into the Tiber River. But this story doesn't end with Stephen winning. The people of Rome were disgusted by what he had done. Within months, public anger boiled over. There was an uprising. Stephen was seized, thrown into prison, and strangled to death in his cell. And in a final eerie twist, the body of Formosus was said to have washed up on the riverbank, where rumors spread that it had begun performing miracles. So a pope put a corpse on trial, mutilated it, and dumped it in a river, and ended up murdered for it. It really happened. And it remains one of the most bizarre acts of revenge ever recorded.